welcome back to my channel, and today we are going to be reviewing the Transformers Studio Series Rise of the Beast Battletrap. Now this is the last figure, actually technically second last if we're counting Ape Link, from this line that I need to complete my collection, which is awesome. And I did not get this on its first release, so it took a long time, but I did eventually get it. All thanks to my fiancee. She gave it to me for our anniversary gift, and this was awesome. I have some DNA design upgrade kits for this, and I'm really looking forward to opening it now that I have the 3 Predacons. And let's review the base model today. So right off the bat, I love the colors of the figure, but I also loved it in the movie. And let's go right ahead and open this guy up. So right off the bat, I'm not super impressed with his lack of accessories, but that's alright. The little arm things aren't super explained and how they turn into guns, other than just it sort of looks like a gun, but that's all good. I have to rewatch the movie just to double check. Instructions are very small and nice. I always love that. That's bonus points to that. His one accessory is this little ball that you can clip onto his hand, which, as most people know, when the backlash when it first came out, is that it didn't have a chain, and then eventually when Primal came out, you could use a chain from that set, which we'll put at the end of this video. As for putting the accessory on, it's a little bit more difficult than I'd like it to be. It has to be at a specific angle, and you have to really push it in order to get the ball fully closed around his fist. I feel like there could have been a little bit more leeway with that, but that's all good. It still works totally fine, and especially once you use a chain, it's 10 times easier. And in terms of putting it on storage, it's a little ugly, but otherwise you could just tab that in there onto his backpack. I did struggle figuring this out because the instructions weren't super clear, but that's all good. Be with these. Anyways, let's go right ahead and transform him. So we're gonna open up the back part of his backpack, which is going to sort of create the lights that he has on top of his truck or regular construction related things, I'm assuming. Next step is we're going to work on these arms. They're a little bit of a mess of a jigsaw puzzle, but let's start by rotating them backwards, and then we can take out the head and push it all the way forward. It'll unclip, and then we can start rotating his pecs upwards, and this will bring his arms back down, and then we're able to sort of hide the head in there. After that, we're going to go ahead and twist around, unfold these little things that are underneath his arms, which are eventually going to become the crane hook of his tow truck mode, but we'll get more to that later. We're going to start by rotating his back piece up, and we're going to get in position so that it can go forward. We'll bring up the front grille, we'll do a little bit of manipulation with the brain part of the figure, and then we're going to rotate the lower body, and then we're going to start collapsing the legs in just a moment. Now this part is pretty annoying, especially because it's really hard to connect the crane part together the way that the figure is designed. The extensions of the arm don't bend as much as they should be, in my opinion, towards the middle. But I kind of get it flimsy connected, and I feel like the more you do it, it will get better, but it's still really annoying for a first time open. Anyways, we're gonna go ahead and rotate a couple pieces on the side of his legs, and then we're going to start exactly folding the figure over in on itself to create the bed of the tow truck. Anyways, you do get to snap sort of into place these leg pieces here, but it's not that satisfying. There's no click, and it doesn't really stay that stable, which is less than ideal, but it's all good. It still looks pretty decent in vehicle form, and we're almost there too. So this piece, you'll have to bring it down afterwards, and it does disconnect very easily, which makes it hard, annoying to film videos, but that's okay. I did not read any reviews of this before I bought it. I just knew I needed it, and I wanted it, so we live with our purchases. And then the hood of the vehicle does just kind of need to be bent backwards, placed on, and just kind of snap into place. It's a little hard to do. The plastic thresholds make you feel like you're going to snap it, but it does eventually just get there. Just do a lot of squeezing and making things neat and snug and tight, and then it just kind of works out eventually. And here you can see me just struggling with it and making sure everything is connected, and it does relatively roll. I know I didn't transform it the most perfect way, but that's okay. And to finalize everything, you do need to take the ball part and you do have to pin it inside a little piece that's sticking out formed by the crane, and in that process you can easily take it apart, but eventually you just have to realize you have to just keep holding it together when you make any modifications, and then you'll be able to complete the vehicle form. So I was able to squeeze it in here, and then we'll be able to create that crane. Anyways, here's the vehicle form. I think it's relatively solid as a vehicle form. I give it like a solid 8 out of 10. It's just a transformation, I find it just hurts my soul. Out of all the figures I've had, this is definitely top 10 most annoying ones. The Rise of the Beast Wheeljack one is also pretty annoying, unfortunately, but they look good in both their modes. So let's start ahead by just taking everything apart. We'll unfold the legs, then we'll start creating that more solid base for him to stand on, and then we're going to start taking the arms apart and leaving these monstrosities to the side, and then it's easy to fold everything back for the arm pieces from the crane. And then once you rotate the lower body and twist a couple more things, you have the basic sculpt of the figure, which is relatively easy to just put everything back because you know what it's supposed to look like, which is a pretty humanoid figure. Anyways, at the end, don't forget to bring his little shoulder spikes up and to put away the LED lights from the top of the car. And once you click in that backpack in, you've got the figure. And he's got some ankle tilts, 90-degree angles for his elbows and knees, but I give it something solid. His feet are really small, so it makes it hard to stand sometimes, but that's all good. And as you can see here, the second time was much easier and a lot more snug when I put in the little weapon, and I was pretty happy with it. Here, we're sort of creating the gun hook that he has inside the picture, but let me know what you think in the comments down below about that. I'm not super sold on it. Anyways, with the Optimus Primal chain, this is what it kind of looks like, which is much more faithful to the movie. With this little addition, I do bring the figure up to like 6.5 out of 10. I'm still not super happy about it. Anyways, thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you next time.